Yo, what is up guys, this is DJ RKO here with a top 10 list. My top 10 favourite Randy Orton matches. Now Randy Orton is no John Cena. He hasn't won as many championships as him, he hasn't main evented as many WrestleManias as him. It's quite sad actually if you think about it, but Randy Orton is still my favourite wrestler, and that's why I'm doing a top 10 favourite matches of his. He hasn't had as many 5-star classics, I don't think he's even had a 5-star or a 4.5, but still he's had some great matches over the years, and we're going to get to it. But first up, we got some honourable mentions. We got 5 honourable mentions here, and I'm not going to go in detail about them, just search them up. First up, we've got Orton vs Triple H vs John Cena, WrestleMania 24. Randy Orton vs Triple H, No Mercy 2007. Randy Orton vs The Undertaker at WrestleMania 21. Randy Orton vs Jeff Hardy at the Royal Rumble 2008. And finally, Orton vs Shawn Michaels at Survivor Series 2007. Now let's get to the real top 10 list. Those matches were all good and only just missed out. Number 10. Randy Orton vs Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31. The most recent match on this countdown, and this was a sick match, very fast paced at the start. And obviously it is remembered most for the RKO, probably the best RKO, but I remember it much more. I also remember it for the RKO. Come on, it was sick. Just look at it.
Was in for another curb stop.
Absolutely stunning RKO. And also the other parts of the match were pretty decent as well. Number 9. Evolution vs The Shield, Payback 2014. Now, this match was pretty sick. They had a match before at Extreme Rules 2014, also very sick, but I picked this one just because it was no holds barred and it was just insane. Some awesome moments. The Shield won, pitched a shutout, pinned every single member. Orton was an important part of the matchup as well, but he wasn't really the main guy in the match. It was mainly focused on the Shield, but he still had some good things to do in the match, and it was still a really great match to watch. Number 8. Randy Orton vs John Cena at SummerSlam 2007. This is the only one-on-one John Cena-Randy Orton match on this list, and it is the best one, by far the best one. This is probably one of their first matches, and their best one-on-one match, in my opinion. It was really good. Cena did win, obviously, because Randy Orton never beat Cena, especially clean, but Cena did win this. It was a good match between these two. They were both getting into, well, it was the age of Orton at this point, and Cena was pretty much unstoppable, really, and they both just pulled out everything, and it was a really good match. Number 7. Randy Orton vs Christian, SummerSlam 2011, no holds barred match. This was a great match, and one more match was Christian's thing, and it was good. Every match they had was pretty good. This one, since it was no holds barred, was awesome. The RKO on the steps was pretty cool as well, and it was just an overall really good match. These two, I'd say, have pretty good chemistry. Since this match was no holds barred, it led to some extreme moments, like the RKO on the steps, scoop slam onto the table, just some really good moments in this match, and it's the best match they've had, which led to Randy Orton keeping his World Heavyweight Championship, or winning, I'm actually not quite sure, but a really good match between these two great competitors. Number 6. Randy Orton vs John Cena vs Edge vs Shawn Michaels for the WWE Championship at Backlash 2007. Damn, this was sick. Oh my, this was sick. Randy Orton and Edge had broken up, rated RKO before this match, but they did work together for a majority of the match until Edge did that, ouch, and Cena did win this. It was a great finish with Shawn super kicking Cena, and Cena fell on Orton, and unfortunately, yes, Randy Orton took the fall again. That's a shame. That is a big shame, but there were lots of sick sequences in this match. I guess Randy Orton is just better in multi-man matches. There's a lot on this list. Number 5. Randy Orton vs the Rated R Superstar Edge at Vengeance 2004. This is a good match. This is a very good match for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm pretty sure both of them were heels. Actually, Edge may have been a face. Yeah, I think he was a face. It was a sick match with Edge leaving with the IC belt. It's unfortunate Orton didn't win such a good match, but it did show off Orton that he is a good wrestler. Again, this was in his first couple of years in the WWE, and he showed that he can hang with the best, which is Edge. Even though Edge wasn't the best, it doesn't matter. Still a good match. And yeah, again, Orton lost. That hurts me. Another Orton loss on the list. Number 4. Team Austin versus Team Bischoff at Survivor Series 2003. Austin's career was on the line in this match. Orton was on Bischoff's team. He was an important part in the matchup, and he actually pinned Michaels with help from Batista to end Austin's career. It was a really sick match. Shawn Michaels was probably the MVP, and Orton was really good in the matchup as well, eliminating Rob Van Dam and Michaels in the end. And it was a really good match. Austin's career ended on this night, even though he did come back multiple times after. And Orton was a very important part of this matchup. Randy Orton, just very good at Survivor Series. Usually he's the last one there, or just, he's so good at Survivor Series. Always, every year. Number 3. Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan versus Batista for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of WrestleMania 30. Oh yes, this was sick. This was awesome. Daniel Bryan getting his win finally. Just imagine if this was just Orton versus Batista. Daniel Bryan just made the whole match way better. Really, it was only about Daniel Bryan. Sorry Orton, sorry Batista. But there was one good spot. Batista bomb into the RKO was awesome. And so when Orton hurt his back, legit he hurt his back. And at least Orton didn't take the loss. Bryan made Batista tap out with the yes lock. So Orton did have some really good moments in the matchup, but mostly it was about Bryan, but still a really awesome match. Number 2. Randy Orton versus Chris Benoit at SummerSlam 2004. Now, I'd say this was Orton's most important match he's ever had in his career, capturing his first world title at the young age of 24, and that is a record that is the youngest. He is the youngest man to ever win the World Heavyweight Championship, and the wild crowd in Toronto was actually cheering for Orton throughout the match, even though he was a despicable heel, which is interesting. But I don't even think the Toronto crowd knew that Orton was going to win, and it was a surprise. It's a shame that Evolution buried Orton the next night, but it's still one of his best matches he's ever put on against Chris Benoit, he can take anyone to a good match, Chris Benoit, and one of Orton's best matches, capturing his first world title in his career. Number 1. Randy Orton versus Cactus Jack at Backlash 2004. Oh boy, this match was violent, very violent, and for some reason, very fun to watch. Just very fun to watch. So many amazing and hardcore spots. The main one probably being the brutal spot when Orton was looking for the RKO into some thumbtacks, and Foley said, "Not today, little boy," and threw Orton back first right onto the thumbtacks. It was a gruesome, but yet such an awesome spot. It was great. Foley also threw Orton off the stage, and just Orton got effed up in the match, but somehow he fought back, RKO on Barbie to win this match. And in my opinion, this is Orton's best match he's ever put on in his career. It's a fantastic match. Go back and watch it. So many insane spots. And Orton left with his Intercontinental Championship. And after this match, people started respecting Randy Orton. And in my opinion, it is the best match he has ever put on in his whole career. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you disagreed with anything on the list, make sure you leave it in the comments below. Make sure you leave a like, it would be greatly appreciated. Share this video with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. DJ RKO, out.